Hello, Oliver here, bringing you guys Katsu vs Prism in Classic Constructed. I'm on my Control Ninja with Warrison on his Herald Prism. I actually recorded this, or we actually played this like half a month ago, so I don't actually remember what goes on. So I will try to recollect my thoughts as the plays come. So we'll see. Just a standard loadout. At this point, I didn't put time skippers in my deck. Because I did not anticipate any Herald Prisms. Or not Herald Prisms, sorry. I did not anticipate any Aura Prisms, so just not running it. Also, Snapdragons is more threatening in my opinion. Yep, so the goal here is just to block with everything I can. And then try and get that Springboard Somersault into Arsenal if possible. Mostly because just trying to get full value. Alright, I like what I see. Command and Conquer. Nice to have. So definitely just play the Command and Conquer here. It's just easy 2 cards out of the hand. Then I can Arsenal and Springboard Somersault. Don't want to save it for a Phantasm Pop because it's 1-1 rather than 2-1 here, or 1-2, whichever way you're viewing it from. Yep. Get that Springboard Somersault into Arsenal, and I can continue on with my life. Making sure it doesn't have any auras to play at the end of my turn. Then he Command and Conquers me back, so I had to pretty much block with my threats, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, I'll have the defense reactions for later then. Yep, just Kadachi, and then pass. Okay, so I draw a Remembrance early here. Since it's a dead card later on, and it's and I likely won't be able to play it safely later. I probably going to play it here and just get back Command and Conquer. So here he Herald Eruditions me with Dreamweavers. I'm pretty set up for it. I have defense reactions in Arsenal. So here I want to bait out any pummels he has. So I fully block with Breaking Skills. Use one of the many defense reactions I have in my hand. Keep Mugenshi on top. It's just a nice threat to have. Okay, and then he Herald Triumphs me. Just for 7, so probably block while I'm Gust Wave and Springboard Somersault. Nice. Oh, dang it. Why did I waste that Flick Flack there? Yeah, the Flick Flack could be Arsenal. And then, yeah, use on a later turn where he has go again. Yeah, that was a big kind of a mistake there. You need to Kadachi, and then I'll probably use a Remembrance here. I have updated my list since this deck. I don't run Remembrance anymore, and I don't run any sigils, so here we go. Remembrance, bring back Command and Conquer, a couple threats as well. Alright. Nice. Red removal. Nice to have. Can block a full Herald out of hand. Doesn't have to be arsenal. Likely can just unmovable if it's something nasty. And then then E-strike back next turn. Alright, so he tries pummeling here. I have a Swimmer Somersault on Arsenal, which is nice. Okay, now I just E-strike for 7. Oh, I draw a card. Feeling lucky. Probably so I can get like defense reaction Arsenal. Oh, it's a Command and Conquer, so probably gonna have to play it. Kind of unfortunate, but still Command and Conquer, which is nice. He uses 2 cards there. He gets something in a soul actually, so not the greatest, but it won't be as threatening, hopefully. So here he Phantasmaclasms me. It's actually a great Phantasmaclasm for me because I can either block it or I can Phantasm it. So, alright, so he's gonna cycle out my Sink Below. Just gonna pop with the Nourishing Emptiness because that's blocking for 9 damage effectively. Yeah, there's no on-hit effect at this stage of the game, so not as threatening as Command and Conquer. There is just Kadachi Herald Heron's Flight. Yeah, I took this card out in my deck too. I find that it's not as useful as I first when I first made the deck, so. Alright, block for 3. Turn. Makes a shield. Floating mana, okay. Alright, so here I draw an Art of War with Tunic gonna be up soon. Yeah, I should probably take this one. I don't remember what I do here. Pretty sure I take it and then I just swing back with Command and Conquer for 7. Or at least that would be the play I would do now. I don't know what my mindset was a month and a half ago. Because I do want to get that Smooth Somersault on the Arsenal to get full value out of it. Problem is the Command and Conquer wouldn't really oh yeah, right. Art of War has another mode where you can block from Arsenal. That works. Yeah. Problem with the Command and Conquer for 7 would be that it wouldn't be threatening anything because he has nothing in Arsenal anyways. Yeah, I forget. Art of War you can block from Arsenal. Who would have thought? And it also gave it the +1 so I can block the Herald Triumph, which is nice. +1 power, that is. So here I'm just trying to get rid of that Spectral Shield. Because he did spend resources. Getting Vestige out is nice. He probably doesn't expect. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say he should probably block the Arcanine Skullcap. Even though I'm not letting him get his stuff into Soul that easily, I should still probably keep it up. Alright, and draw into my 3rd Command and Conquer. I'll just pop this one too. I still have a threat with Pounding Gale, and that's gonna take out 2 cards out of his hand. Right. Typical Kadachi threat time. And even if he tries to block with Phantasm Footsteps, that's still 1 card out of his hand. Or that's an extra card out of his hand. Like, yeah, I was scrolling something outside the window and it apparently affects TTS as well. My bad. Right, yeah, so he doesn't want to save the shield. And just continue with the attacks. Yeah, I was sorry. Yeah, was busy looking at another monitor. Okay, yep. Gale. He doesn't have to block this full amount because there's no mass trigger. Oh, yep. There's a sink below. That's some Cyclops something from his hand. Then yeah, takes one. Yeah, yep. Get that trigger. All right, so I have another Art of War with Crane Dance in Divine Center. Then he Phantasm costumes me. This is the third one actually. He pitched one to play one. So yeah, the right one would probably be the unmovable. And yeah, I don't think I blocked for this one. Because Phantasm Cosm doesn't really have any threats or any on-hit effects that's threatening, so it's better to block whatever he comes afterwards with. Alright. So Past Me is also on the same same page. So Herald Tenacity for 5. Kind of annoying because I can't block with this Mirror Somersault from Arsenal, so pretty sure I take this one too. I can't stop the I can't stop the effect or the on-hit effect. Okay, so I guess I'd overblock it. That's fine. Yep, and then I'm just going to Art of War away the Crane Dance and probably say go again or +1. Depending on what I think I'm going to be drawing into. Using Tunic. Alright, so Banish go again. Oh, wow. Luckily draw into a Whelming Gustwave and Mugenshi. Alright. But yeah, this is never gonna go through. Experienced players will never yeah, whoops, showed the Mugenshi on accident. Experienced players will never let this go through. He has to block this one because of the mass trigger. And then Mugenshi is gonna take 2 cards. So he's gonna be left with 1 card. Oh wait, right. So there I could have God. I'm pretty bad at this. There I could have used Breaking Scales to get over the Arcanite Skullcap. And that would trigger Mask. That was a big mistake on my part. Yeah, I could have refilled my arsenal. Unfortunate. Oh well. Alright. Get a Command and Conquer out of his hand. That's pretty good. Mostly because I'm afraid of Command and Conquer with all the defense reactions I'm playing. So, alright. Nourishing Emptiness. Easy pop. And I can come back with the Torrent Tempo and then Arsenal the Crane Dance at the end of turn. Should get at least 2 cards out of his hand, which makes defending a little easier. Alright, with the go again, it's a little bit more threatening. So alright, so he decides to take it. Don't know what he does here. Yeah, that gives me the option to activate Katsu and find like a Heron's Flight or something to get in for 3 more damage, but I don't think it's worth it. Has a Herald protection for 7. I just pop it. Yeah. So he gambled on the Torrent Tempo. He didn't really have anything else. Alright, so here probably play the Crane Dance from Arsenal, and then he's just gonna block it, and then I raise Reflex and hope he doesn't have any attack reactions. That will let me trigger Mask, and then I can trigger Katsu to maybe 2 or something. Only if he lets it all through. Seems like he likes his hand. He's hesitating. He's hesitating. Yep, so he lets it through. Good for me. If he didn't let it through, then I would probably just Torrent Tempo. But here, I can try and catch him off guard a little. No blocks. So I raise Reflex to 5. And that'll trigger Mask, and hopefully I draw into a 0 cost card to throw away. And yep. Throw away Crane Dance. Find center. I find center here because it's more useful than Heron's Flight. Heron's Flight is more of a finisher. I don't even know if I have any Heron's Flight left in the deck, but yep. And this will let me hit Zen State. Alright. Arsenal. Do all the cleanup. And found a Command and Conquer. Since I did shuffle my library, came back. So here I'm just gonna pop with Command and Conquer. No reason not to. I can do Kadachi, Line Strike, go again, Tunic into Torrent Tempo. And yeah, I guess he just concedes here because the life difference is too big for him to come back. Yeah, this is what happens when you like high roll against Herald Prism. You just draw all your 6 power attacks and tempo them out. Right. So this next game that's coming up, actually recorded today, and I just thought maybe just smash them together and see what happens. I did make a few changes to the deck. I took out sigils. I put in searching strikes, red searching strikes. I took out Heron's Flight and a Razor Reflex, and I put in 3 Whelming Gustwaves red. This is mostly to focus, get a little bit more aggressive plays, especially for Prism, where you can clean up their auras with Searching Strike. And then, but also threaten some big combos if necessary. And then I did take out some yellow unmovables for red unmovables. I was running 2 and 2, and now I'm running only 3 reds. This is because the red unmovables can block a full Herald from hand, while the yellow unmovables can only block yellows and lower. So, yeah, it just saves getting stuff in the arsenal. And then I switched out the Smearmore Somersaults for yellow Flick Flax because I anticipated Kane to be a very hard matchup. So, let's get into game 2. This is recorded today, which is half a month later. I did put Time Skippers in the deck, but yeah, I don't use them because I know he's not running any auras, so gotta have those Snapdragons to be threatening. Alright, so he starts out with a Wartune Herald for 5. He needs to just block this with 2 combo cards. And since I'm running a little bit more heavy on the Lord of Wind line, I actually do want the Whelming Gustwaves to hit graveyard. So, and cool, nice. Torrent Tempo here. Then I can arsenal the unmovable. I did note that he pitched a pommel. Probably gonna be seeing that one later. Right. Typical standard play. Kadachi threat. Although he did block it already, but let's see if he's scared of any follow-up plays. Alright, so he fully blocks it. 1 Phantasm calls him down. Then Arsenal, the unmovable, and pass turn. Alright, so I draw into a really awkward hand. Art War is not going to be ready for, or Tunic's not going to be ready for the Art War. Then I draw Surgeon Strike with nothing to follow up with. If I let this one hit, which I'd rather not, I could do pitch Art War, Surgeon Strike, and if he doesn't block it, throw away the Flick Flack for Whelming Gustwave. But even now, it's too early to go off, in my opinion. So, better just block for 6 here, using Mugenshi and the Flick Flack. The Flick Flack is also not too great in this matchup, because it's only blocks for 3. I'd rather have 4 block for the defense reactions, but in this case, it works out just fine. Oh, and he disconnects here. He'll come back. Maybe I'll cut it. We'll see. And he's back. Alright, just waiting for him to clean up. And that was another pommel, so 2 pommels on the bottom of his deck right now. You're just searching for 5. Not very threatening, but it's still 5 damage, so. He lets it hit. I don't know. Yeah, it's not very threatening because I can't tutor anything. So, but I do get 2 cards out of his hand, which is nice. And Hopefully that'll make his next attack easier to block. Alright, so I'll draw into a very weird hand. I have the option to Command and Conquer this, but then I have no follow-up threat. I think it's better just to Fate Foreseen than Sink Below. My Gust Wave, put it on the bottom. Yeah, I'm not really looking for, yeah, that red card is not really what I'm looking for. I want to tutor for it later, so. Plus I already played one Surging, it's not likely I'll be able to line it up. Alright, Tunic is up. I have the option of saving Tunic in case I draw into a bad hand and I need to play the Unmovable from Arsenal, but I'd just rather get in for one more damage here. You can see, it should take out 2 cards from his hand. Alright. And pass the turn. Draw into a full red hand. So it would have been still red with scrying the Palming Gust Wave to the bottom. Just for, yeah, block for 6 here on his Herald of Triumph. Then come back with a Lightning Strike for 7. Thankfully nothing too crazy, like a Herald Erudition. Go straight to reactions. Yeah, no on-hit effects that he's afraid of, so. Alright. Took 1 damage. Actual 1 damage on accident, so yep. It. Draw to another red hand. So this is a very weird start for me. So he Command Conquers me. I don't want him to pummel me and get rid of my unmovable. So I opt to just fully block 3 here. Block for 9. And then guess I'll save that Flick Flag for another turn. And then hit with a Kodachi. Right. This hand is a little bit better. It's got some blues now. But comes at me with another Command and Conquer. And since I was afraid of the pummel on the first one, I'm going to be afraid of the pummel on this one as well. It's very good for him because he's trying to outlast my deck, and getting a 3-for-1 is very good. Alright. And now, probably pitching that Surging Strike to the bottom. That's a lot of blues on my deck, and I'm not too happy about that one. Yep. Oh, sorry. Keep the Surging Strike in case I line up with something. Right. Overwhelming in hand. A Fate Foreseen. Alright, so he Herald Triumphs me. Just gonna play the Unmovable for 8 here. Because he's got the pummel, he's got the pummel. And he did have the pummel. So, gonna Fate Foreseen, and then find a Lord of Wind on top. I think this one is a mistake here. I don't want to find the Lord of Wind, right? Or I don't want to draw into Lord of Wind, so I want to tutor for it, not, yeah. That was yeah. Bit of a mistake on my part. I should have scratched it to the bottom. But at that point, I was drawing into so many reds, I was wondering if it was, everything was all clumped up, so I kept it on top because I wanted the resources. Alright, so I pitched a Herald Erudition here. Something to note. Trying to stack his deck with pummels and Herald Eruditions. It's going to be a couple turns off though, so should be okay for now. Comes at me with another Herald Triumph, falling for 6. So I have to block with the Fine Center and Soulby Strike. Keep the Lord to win for another turn. Since I already used one to block. So I only have 2 left in my deck. If he has another Pokemon, that'd be pretty devastating. That's what I'm thinking about here. I decided he doesn't because I already knew that he pitched 2 Pokemon at the bottom. And now trying to decide what my turn is going to look like. Yep, so he ends turn. So he's been keeping that thing in Arsenal for a while, and he didn't use the last card in his hand, which probably means that he has a defense reaction in Arsenal. I'm just gonna play out the Razor Reflex to draw it out. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now it's a 4-card hand to attack me back with. Then hopefully I can line up that Searching Strike with something with Tunic up next turn. But then I draw into another awkward hand. I'll try for 7 here. Just gonna block with a Crane Dance and Sink Below, and then try and cycle out the Unmovable. See if I can get into a blue card, blue 0 cost. Unfortunately, I don't. So yeah. Fortunately, I don't have enough damage or enough blocking power for this. So I just opt to take 7 here. And then 1 more from the shield. Now the Surging Strike is just going to try and clear the shield. So let's see how much he wants to protect it for. Then I'll save a Razor Reflex in Arsenal. Hopefully I can get out something, get a nice combo with it, hopefully. This play is still kind of threatening because I do have a card in hand. I do have Tunic up. So if I somehow, what are the chances that I actually do draw into a Whelming Gust Wave? Or draw into a Meganshi from Whelming Gust Wave if he lets it hit. But yeah, gambled and paid off for him. So Surging Strike's duty is done. Probably wants to, yeah, he wants to play a shield at the end of his turn. Okay. Another Herald Edition. Then Herald of Triumph. So just block for 6 here with the, and then 7 with the Breaking Seals. Oh. Dang. I already forgot I did this. Yep. I said no blocks and now I'm regretting my decision, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so thankfully he immediately uses the his soul for a special shield, so this will be a little easy to clear with the Razor Reflex. Alright, so Kodachi for 1. Alright, so he just uses both of it to block my Kodachis, which is completely fine, I guess. Just going to E-Strike for 7. There is the option of E-Strike for 5 go again. Sorry, E-Strike for 5 draw a card, and then see what I can draw into, but I'm not feeling lucky at this point. so it's just blocking for 3 here. Go to reactions and then pump it up to 10 versus his 3. So it's a fair chunk of damage. Kind of even out what happened last turn. Then I'm gonna save the Whelming Gust Wave for my last Searching Strike if I ever draw it. But there's also the chance for me to line it up with a Mugenshi. So. Phantasmaclasm, right? That's kind of annoying, but nothing to follow up with. Probably gonna pick the Fate Foreseen. Yeah. And kind of make a mistake here. I only blocked for 3. I could have blocked for 7 and then use the Flick Flack to Torrent Tempo. Here I take 6. Yeah, a little bit of a misplay, but it's still not too bad. Because I could still, yeah. Going to be threatening a Torrent Tempo with maybe something to follow up if he lets it hit. Also, I forgot to tick up Tunic there. Right? Okay, so he Soul Shields it completely. And yeah. Leftover card in my hand, which is unfortunate. Finally draw into a 6 power attack from the after the 2 Command and Conquers from the beginning. Was it 2? I forgot. Makes a shield, attacks me for 1. Right? Don't get to use it, so you just want to clear the shield, so yeah. Probably what I'm gonna do. At this point, I'm leaning towards clearing out my arsenal for the Flick Flack. So I'm just gonna do Kadachi Whelming Gust Wave here. So I do have an extra one if I am able to line something up. Alright, so he arsenal or uses Springward Somersault from arsenal. Shut it down. And Flick Flack into arsenal. Okay, to keep the Nourishing Emptiness for big turn, hopefully. And then he Command and Conquers me. I'm not afraid of the pummel here. There's this 3rd one. So just going to use the Nourishing Emptiness to block with. And then I'll have an Unmovable and Flick Flack ready. Yep. Just going to hit him twice with Kadachis. Alright, and then pass turn. Do have Lord of Wind with Art of War. But that's my only attack action, so I don't really want to banish it. So here I paid for an unmovable. Here protection for 5. Going to block that. The Flick Flack. Alright. Nothing to really do on my turn, so just gonna be arsenaling and passing. I put the Art of War in because I wasn't really afraid of any eruditions coming up, but I think it's better to put the Flick Flack in. just in case. All of his command and conquers are gone, so I shouldn't be afraid of putting defense reactions in the arsenal. I snap block with Nourishing Emptiness, with the but then I have nothing to follow up with because I don't have any attacks. I think the better play there would have just been to Saint Blow something out of my hand, and yeah. So here's just Kadachi. I think he's trying to preserve his life total here, so that's why I use an extra card. And passing with 2 cards left in hand, that's probably signaling something to him. So he attacks for 5 here, which is kind of an awkward block. Considering using Mask here, and then blocking with Crane Dance, and then E-Strike, putting a defense reaction down, and still leaving a defense reaction in my hand. But yeah, it's probably not the right play. Yeah, so I'm just gonna fully block it with the defense reaction, then E-Strike back for 7, keeping the Art of War in my arsenal. Just kind of bad to overblock, but it is. Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so just E-Strike for 7 here. Hopefully get some cards out of his hand. Draw into something good. So I can Art of War. Goes straight to the defense reactions, takes 3. A little bit concerning. Alright, so I have CNC, which is a pummel. So he's back at the beginning of his pitch. Phantasm causes me. That's really annoying. Does have go again, but only 1 resource floating. The best you can do is probably a Warden Herald. Alright, draw into weird hand. I'm not really keen on taking 9 damage. I opt to block a little. So I'm going to use the Art War and hopefully draw into something. At this point in the game, I'm trying to figure out where, since he did cycle back into his the bottom of his deck, I'm getting close to mine, so there should be a 3rd CNC coming up soon. That's what I was trying to figure out. Alright, so play the Art of War here. I'm going to do a Banish and +1. Hopefully I hit that CNC. Yeah, rethinking my decision. So Banish +1. And I do hit the CNC. So obviously my 6 power attacks are on the bottom of my deck. Classic. Alright. And he can't use the Skullcap here because he has higher life. They should get his Vestige of Soul though. And with him having to block a little bit more, I should be able to line up a decent Mugenshi turn if I draw into a Lord of Wind or a Surging Strike. But we'll see what comes up. I don't remember what happened. What did I draw into? Alright, blocking for 7. Arsenal pass. Okay, do get a Surging Strike and a Nourishing Emptiness. I'm gonna pop this one with Nourishing Emptiness and Try and get some Surging Strike shenanigans going on. I'm checking how many wall wings I have left in my deck. Surging for 5, 1 floating. This is just typical aggro ninja line of play. If it hits, tutor for whelming, then Mugenshi. If it doesn't hit, then you just Kadachi, and then at least you got 2 cards out of the hand. If he doesn't let me tutor, I think I want to save the whelming. Or not, sorry, not the whelming. Save the Mugenshi because I'm likely to draw into a whelming in the next couple of turns. And that will probably that can combo off with Snapdragons and the Mugenshi. So, but if I just draw into Lord of Wind, that'd be nice too. Probably counting how many moments I have left. Something you should do every time they play Surging in the late game. Yep. All right, so that's 1 hero to erudition down. Just Kadachi. Then pitch Kadachi. Alright, so he had a Tome of Divinity, so it couldn't really... He's kind of screwed in blocking anyways. It was good because then he's not going to be putting any pressure on me next turn. And then if I draw into something good, then I can get something crazy going on, hopefully. Alright. So full hand, got a Whelming, got an Art of War. Got a Mugenshi and Arsenal. So here I am going to try and tutor for a Lord of Wind. So I'm going to banish and go again. There is the option of banish and +1 and use the Snapdragons for go again. But I wanted the guaranteed combo effect. So that would be more threatening. Don't draw into a Lord of Wind here. So I have to hit to tutor with Katsu. I want to save the Crane Dance if I am able to get that Lord of Wind, because then I can pay 3 into it. So he blocks for 3 here. Our breaking scale is the 4. This is going to let me hit and then trigger Katsu. Unfortunately, I'm going to be throwing away one of my defense reactions to Flick Flack. But in the end, this should net me a couple cards. So find Lord of Wind. And look at that. Whelming is going to be up next. Mugenshi for 5. And with combo. I already have a Lord of Wind banished. But if he lets it hit, then I get to tutor for more Lord of Winds, which is only 1. But yeah, better than nothing. So he Soul Shields here, which is the correct play. And then I get to pay 3 into Lord of Wind. In Katsu. And then get some Surgings for more threats. Get some more Mugenshis. So I still have some Whelming Gust Waves. And oh. Do I not have another Mugenshi in my graveyard? I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so yeah, just putting threats back in. So I can try and strip more cards out of this deck. Because we are going to fatigue, most likely. Unfortunately, I don't draw into an aggressive enough hand. So this is not what I want to be seeing after I put some Lord of Wind line combo or Lord of Wind combo cards back in. But it's fine for now. I'm still gonna chip in for some damage. So I'm gonna Soul Beast Strike and just get another card out of his hand. He's probably going to make a shield, and then I save the Whelming Gust Wave for hopefully drawing into that Surging Strike that I put back in. Alright, so there's Surging Strike. There's a Herald Edition. Herald Triumph for 5. Block with Mask here. I had to conserve as many cards as I can for my hand. Yeah, and there's no pummel, so I mean he could have pummel in Arsenal, but there's no pummel because he doesn't have enough floating. I don't know why he still has a 1 there. That's what confused me for a bit. All right. Here, just start out with Kuraji. I have extra resources to spare, so try and get the Spectre Shield. Yeah, with the Spectre Shield out of the way, it'd be a little bit more difficult for him to block one of my attack action cards, so I can trigger it or trigger Katsu. Yeah, so he takes it. While we are searching for 5. Fully blocks it. And then Whelming for 4. To take 2 cards out of his hand. 1 to pay for Phantasma, 1 to block with. Alright. And I could just Kodachi him with the Tunic. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Nothing I'm really saving the Tunic for. Alright. If he passes, he most likely doesn't really have a lot of stuff left in his hand. Alright, so those 2 cards are not Heralds. Or one of them might be. The Arsenal one is definitely not then. Here I'm just going to Genshi for 4. Soul Shields it. I wanted to try and Tutor for Lord of Wind if you let it hit. I make a mistake here. I should have Kodachi first with the other Flusterfist and then go in with the second Mugenshi. That would have been 1 more damage. There's an argument of saving the Snapdragons for the Fine Center line, which may or may not kill him. Because but he is at low enough life, and maybe the Fine Center line will save me as well with conserving life. But here he's trying to conserve as many cards as possible, so he's switching up his attacks or his blocks. I'm okay with that. Casual game. All right. Yeah, so he's been cycling at Tome of Divinity for a while. All right, so just pitch Kodachi Kodachi and then 2 damage hit. Yep. Those Phantasm Footsteps, man. Just gonna get so much value out of them. Okay. 1 for 1, etc. Then get into a lot of defense reactions. Yep. Probably wants to save that. so he's coming in for 6. I do have a blue Flick Flack in Arsenal, so I'm gonna cover that up. Then I get into the CNC Daddy Phantasmaclasm. And yeah. So pitch a Sink Below for another damage. Then use Tunic. And then Fluster Fist for 2. So at this point, he probably has his Hereditary Edition and Pummel lined up. Because I haven't seen the other Pummel that he pitched alongside the first Pummel. So just something to keep an eye out for. Second Tome. Doesn't really have any other use for it. Oh, okay. Flash for 3 here. Yeah, he wasn't going to get any soul anyways. Alright, draw. Don't know why I didn't pop Dream Weavers here. I have the option of Phantasming it. But I do want to use it because that's going to get more cards out of his hand. So I opt to just do Unmovable here. And since it's from Arsenal, it fully blocks. Okay. There's one Pummel. Makes a shield, so gets him for 1 damage. Yes. Still hasn't played card from Arsenal, which is probably a Pummel. Right. Just Garachi, and then DNC. Right, 2 cards. And then maybe draw into another defense reaction. Yep, couple. Unfortunately, this leaves me open to Hereditary Edition. But there's not much he can draw into that is threatening, so I'm actually okay with that if he does play Hereditary Edition. Likely just to draw into his Tome of Divinity. And without his Vestige of Soul, there's nothing really to use it on. Here, block for 3 here with the Flick Flack, and that's going to hopefully get a full Herald next turn, or with the follow-up attack. So he pitches Tome of Divinity, Herald Charm for 6. So with Flick Flack enabled, just block for 6 with Tunic. Wasn't using it anyways. And now I try to lock out the game with Kodachis. Yep. Always just gonna paint those footsteps. Thankfully, I have the life lead. If he just decides to take everything and then swings a bunch of times at Heralds, that'd probably kill me. I did not have enough defense for that. Alright, get second Pummel out of his hand, or his deck. Alright, and then Lord of Wind for 2. That's probably a Tome of Divinity that he's trying to cycle out. But he's going to draw into it anyway, so. Alright, makes a shield. Pass for 1. Draws the rest of his hand. just gonna whittle him down. Takes it. He's trying to probably do a big turn. Alright, here comes the third pommel. So block for 6 here. Most likely. Or I block for 7. I think I block for 7, so it baits out the pommel. And then I can cover the rest with a flip flap or something. We're checking to see if he has any follow-up attacks. But no, there's definitely a pommel. We haven't seen the third one, and he hasn't been pitching it or anything, so. Yep. Block for 7. Then he tries a pommel, and then I block it with a blue flick flag. That covers it all up. There's 3 cards left, 1 life. There's Kadachi, and then swing. And that should be game. And I think he realizes it too. Yep. Hopefully you guys liked that super long game. Didn't get the high roll with all my 6 power attacks, but instead of blocking with them, I got to use them. So yeah. Changes to the deck were still okay for this Prism matchup. And yeah, it's Control Ninja for you. Alright, hope you guys liked it.